Good morning, you guys. I wanted to jump on and give a little update, which I haven't in a little while for a couple of reasons, but I wanted to let you know that, first of all, I'm so thankful for all of you that have bought buffs. And of course, to Zeke, Chris, Brett, and Hannah for doing this for me. These buffs literally are the cutest thing I've ever seen. They're pretty and I love them and they're cool. So thank you so much for all the people that have been tagging me and putting them on their dogs and their kids and wearing them out. I mean, I can't even tell you what it means, when you're going through something hard to see all the support and love from everybody. I do want to say though, there's only 2 days left, maybe one day today, to order your buff if you want to get one, and I'll post the link in the comments afterwards. But I just want to say thank you for that and for the continued messages and positive notes that I'm getting from people. It's really humbling and life changing, actually. So, a quick update I wanted to give you about where I'm at. That was weird. The color just changed, and then it changed again. That's so weird. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Last time I went to my doctor, my chemo number 5, and they called me with my tumor marker numbers a couple days later to say they were 27. 27! So they started at 170. I gave you an update that they were to 80, which my doctor was super excited about. Then the next week they were down to 46, which I hadn't got to meet with him yet. And then they called me and they were down to 27. So I meet with him on Tuesday for chemo number 6. We'll see what he says. The doctor, they are like, this is really good news. It's moving in the right direction, but they don't want to be overly, you know, I guess optimistic. They're optimistic, but don't want to oversell anything, which I totally understand. Doesn't mean my fight is over. And, they're like, well, your PET scans have to match that. They don't usually match and blah, blah. The tumors could come back. But I really, truly believe that once the tumors are gone and I do get a chemo holiday, I don't believe that they will be coming back because I've said for a very long time that I believe I would see my full miracle by December, maybe even earlier. And there's a lot of reasons for that. We have a good friend who, we have great friends that have surrounded us. And he was praying for me one day, and he just saw in his mind like us at Brock and Morgan's 10-year anniversary, like a party for them. And that's the things that you have to envision when you're going through something difficult. Now I'm going to switch over to things that have been helping me for those of you that are going through something difficult. So much of a battle and a fight is dependent on your thoughts and your imagination. I don't know if you know this, but God gave us our imaginations for a reason. And so we should be using our imagination to picture, to visualize, to see answers to things that are going on in our life, to see winning the battle, no matter what your battle is. If it's marriage, picture your marriage back to when it was good. Or if it's a health thing, like I'm going through, picture yourself healthy and act like you're healthy to the best of your ability. Now, I'm not talking about pretending there's not a problem, because that is like not helpful to anybody. I would be the first person to say, yes, I am dealing with cancer, but at the same time, I can either be negative all day and be positive all day, and neither one of them change the facts of what the doctor's note says that I have cancer. So why would I choose to be negative and miserable instead of choosing to be positive when I know, scientifically speaking, that when you're positive, that it sends endorphins to your body, actually can bring healing into your body. So choosing to be positive, it's not always easy, but if you look, you can find something to be positive about, and that's the best thing to get you through anything difficult, is to envision you through the battle. Envision your victory in the battle, whatever your battle is. Maybe it's your kid is, suffering with something, or you're dealing with a lot of anxiety because of COVID and things that have changed in your life as a result. My daughter's at college. We thought that she could have COVID. She was tested and she didn't. But in the meantime of wondering if she had it, I was in this major mom dilemma because she couldn't come home. and they were going to be quarantined in their dorm room, and was like, she can't go to my mom, she can't go to my mother-in-law's, and she's crying, she wants to come home, she knows she can't come to my house. And it was just like all this anxiety built up around this. A lot of people are dealing with that, whether it's job loss or dealing with homeschooling their kids all of a sudden. And all of these things add to our anxiety and can be difficult to go through. So the only way to make it through, in my opinion, is to put your trust in God. But secondly, think on positive things and picture the answer to what you're believing for or what you need to get through whatever you're going through. I had a friend share this with me the other day, and I thought it was so good. And really what she was talking about was that we asked the wrong question. And many of us, when we're going through something hard or people are seeing us, the question always comes up, why? Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to go through this? And I remember thinking that when I went through breast cancer. And I distinctly remember one day thinking, well, why are you supposed to be the one person that doesn't go through something hard? Look at all the other women in the world that have breast cancer. What sets you aside that you shouldn't have it or deserve it? And that was a perspective shift for me, because oftentimes we're like, I don't understand why this is happening to me. Well, it happens to people all over the world. Why? We live in a fallen world. We live in a world where we've been eating and taking in pesticides for how many years now, and chemicals and all these things that are going on. And the question really shouldn't be why, because it's always our first question. Why, God? Why is this happening to me? I'm mad at you, God. And, it's okay. You can handle it. But I remember when Jeff had his emergency open heart surgery and he almost died twice, someone saying to me, why would God let this happen to him? And my response was, well, to be honest, God kept him alive. It was his mercy that kept him alive long enough to get to the hospital to have surgery, because he'd been having trouble breathing for like weeks and didn't do anything about it. And when we got in there and they saw that there was this clot in his heart, the surgeon said he could have coughed or sneezed, and that clot would have went to his brain. He would have had a massive stroke and died. So the question isn't why did God let that happen to him? The question is, what are we going to do about it when we are faced with trials and tribulations, and when we're faced with a health battle or relationship battle or financial battle, whatever it is? The why, really, to be quite honest, doesn't matter. Even if you knew why, it doesn't change the circumstance. If I knew why I got cancer, it doesn't change the fact that I have cancer, other than drive me batty in my mind, wondering, what I could have done different, which is nothing. So instead of asking yourself the question, why, when something negative happens, change your mindset and ask yourself, what? The what is, what am I going to do about it, and how am I going to respond to it now? Am I going to let it overtake my life, go in the corner, cry every day in the fetal position, and just think, it's over, nothing, there's no hope, there's nothing I can do? No, because that is self-defeating. What we have to do, maybe you have a night of that. I'm not going to lie. There's nights where it's hard and you're like, I don't understand this, God. That's fine. But I'm saying in your perspective of daily living, you can't stay in that place, because the negativity will kill you. It will kill your dream. It'll kill whatever it is that you are going through, that you are trying to overcome. So I can sit in the corner and be negative, which does me no good, or I can choose to find something positive and start imagining what could be. And imagining, for me, I'm imagining what the miracle is going to look like, what it's going to look like when I can come on here and show you guys my doctor's reports that say I had cancer, now I don't. Okay, because that's not what they expect. Even with my numbers going down, they don't think that the cancer is going away. That's okay. I'm just saying that I am making a choice. And you can make a choice when you're going through something difficult. Stop asking why and start asking what. What can I do with this negative situation in my life? Who can I help on the other side of this? How can I react and show my kids an example of what it means to look at things through a positive lens, instead of them just seeing us let something overtake and succumb to it? You know, God gave us our imaginations for a reason. And oftentimes we allow those imaginations to imagine the worst of things instead of the best of things. So instead of imagining worst case scenario in your situation, make a decision to start imagining best case scenario, because either way, it's not, you're going to change because you're adding your belief and your faith and your positivity. And I believe that you will see an answer and I will see a miracle. But in the meantime, being negative versus positive, negativity does nothing. It doesn't change your situation. So you might as well just look for something positive instead of being miserable, right? So now ask the right question, not why, but what. What can come out of this that is positive? How can I use this in my life to help others and to help myself and my family? What can I do in the process, like day to day? People are like, well, what do you do every single day to get through the day? Some days are bad, some days are better. But on those days, I have to choose. Like people will ask me all the time, how are you feeling? I will be honest, my hands, even right now, are prickly. They feel, I have a little bit of that neuropathy, which I will freely say. But then on the tail end of that, I'll say, but I'm not puking every day. I haven't lost my hair. I mean, it's thinner, but I haven't lost my hair. And I'm choosing to look at those positive things. We all have a chooser. It's called our imagination. So start using it for the what instead of the why. And it'll make a huge difference while you're fighting your battle and before you see the complete answer. Again, I'm just going to remind you that I put my trust in God. And that doesn't mean my life is perfect. It doesn't mean that He answers everything like this. He's not a genie in a bottle. He's not a genie in a bottle. He isn't a magic man, but He's a God of the universe that cares about, loves me, and I know has an answer for me. So that's my encouragement for today. That's what I'm telling myself when I'm having a bad day. I'm telling myself, okay, you can be negative, which does no good, or you can choose to be positive and start asking what instead of why. If you did see the beginning of the video, my good news today was that my numbers are actually down to 27. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on chemo number 6 this Tuesday. I love you guys. You're amazing. Have an amazing day and use that imagination for something good because God gave it to you.